Hello, everyone. My name is Joaquin, and I will be starting our group presentation on our proposed capital investment project, an automated car wash tunnel for our business, Clean Express Car Wash. Our group is proposing the launch of a state of the art automated car wash tunnel designed to provide a high quality, affordable, reliable, and year round vehicle cleaning service for the community of Clovis, New Mexico. Clean Express Car Wash is a startup company focused on delivering a simple, high quality, and reliable vehicle cleaning experience. We are structured as an LLC, which provides us flexibility in management and to protect us, the owners, from personal liability. We built our leadership structure around core operational needs like including operations, finance, marketing, membership management, and customer experience. This ensures that every major component of the business has clear oversight. Our organization's main mission is to offer fast, dependable, environmentally responsible car wash services while building a loyal customer base through reliable service and value-driven pricing. The total capital investment includes costs for tunnel equipment, construction, land purchase and preparation, utility installation, and initial working capital. Once complete, our wash will operate as a high convenience, high quality solution capable of serving hundreds of customers per day with minimal labor requirements. Strategically, the project aligns with strong industry trends. Consumer behavior is shifting towards automated washes due to convenience and time efficiency. This creates a stable and growing demand for a quick service car wash business like ours. Automated car washes also provide an attractive financial model due to high volume potential, low labor needs, and strong margins. When combined with systems like water recycling, energy efficient machinery and lighting, or digital payment kiosks, it'll significantly lower operating costs and it'll maximize our cash flows. And with the strategic location choice near a high traffic area, it'll ensure that we have a competitive advantage against other businesses. And from a capital budgeting perspective, our projected results show strong cash inflows, a positive NPV, a competitive IRR, and a reasonable payback period. The project is scalable, financially sound, and environmentally responsible, making it an excellent investment opportunity for Clovis. And now I will be walking you through our cost estimates for the project. The total estimated cost for the automated car wash tunnel as a project can range anywhere between 1.1 to 1.4 million, depending on specifications, labor and land prep, construction and building expenses, and labor costs. Here is our total cost estimates. We have our tunnel equipment at $470,000, construction and building costs at $390,000, land purchase at $180,000, our site prep for our land at $90,000, our water reclamation, our plumbing, and our recycling system at $75,000, our electrical costs at $65,000, our automated kiosks at $35,000, signage and lighting at $15,000, landscaping at $10,000, initial chemicals and cleaners at $10,000, and our working capital for the first 3 months at $45,000, and our permits, insurance, legal fees at $15,000, with our total cost estimate at $1.4 million. To summarize the major categories of our key costs, first we have our tunnel equipment, which is going to be the largest portion of the investment, and it includes the conveyor system, dryers, brushes, high pressure water nozzles, and control systems. Our Next major category is going to be construction. It's the second largest portion. It includes building the structure, covering concrete work, land prep, plumbing, and our drainage system, and water and sewer line installation. The next category is our infrastructure. It's going to be our electrical panels, wiring, motors, pumps, air compressors, and the water recycling systems. Our next category is going to be technology systems like our automated kiosks, security cameras, and our point of sale systems. Our next key cost is going to be our startup costs. It'll be chemicals, washing agents, signage, landscaping, insurance, and our working capital for the first 3 months of operations. And here is our project timeline. We broke the project into 4 major phases to show how and when the capital will be spent during our project. For phase 1, it's going to be months 1 through 2. It's going to be our planning and permitting phase. This includes land purchase, engineering and architectural planning, and securing building permits, zoning approval, and environmental clearances. Phase 2 is going to be months 3 through 8. It'll be our site preparation and construction. This is going to be our most intensive phase of the project. It includes grading, groundwork, concrete pouring, foundation work, building the structure itself, and installing plumbing, drainage, and our electrical systems. Phase 3 is going to be months 9 through 10. It'll be our equipment installation. Here we install the tunnel conveyor, dryers, brushes, high pressure sprayers, pumps, compressors, control systems, and our water reclamation system. And for our last phase, phase 4, it's going to be months 11 through 12. It'll be our technology, training, and operation preparation phase. During this stage, we install our automated kiosks, our point of sale systems, and our security cameras and systems. We'll also buy our initial chemical inventory, our soaps, hire and train employees, and we will begin our marketing campaign leading up to our grand opening day. At this point, that includes the executive summary, cost estimates, and our project timeline. I'll now pass it over to Deandra, who will continue by covering the next sections of the project, being cash flows.
Hi, I'm Deandra, and I'm going to be talking about our projected cash flow. This is based off of the key assumptions that we have made from averages in the industries for automated car wash tunnels. We can assume that there's going to be a growth that is pretty steady in the volume of our brand awareness as it increases, and also we have a strong mentorship program which will be there to help us predict our future income. Because of all of this, our depreciation shows that there's going to be a 10-year use of life for the ton of equipment that we're going to need. For our depreciation, it's going to be about $140,000 a year. Next to our initial investment, it'll be $1,400,000. Then our tax rate will be at about 21%. For our working capital requirements, at year 0, we'll start off with $20,000 plus an additional $5,000 per year for our daily car volume. At year 1, we have 150 cars a day. At year 2, 165, and year 3, 180. For our average price per car wash, we're guesstimating that's going to be about $12. For our monthly membership revenue, in year 1 we have $8,000, year 2 $8,800, and year 3 $9,680. For our operating expenses, we're about 45% of the revenue itself. Hi, now on to our revenue projections. We believe that our project has a pretty strong revenue growth, which happens to be driven by 2 main factors. Those main sources are going to be the customers who are more single use, and our next one's going to be our customers who are going on our monthly membership. Our monthly membership is going to be about 10% each year, and that's due to the customers just preferring more of the unlimited side of our car wash versus the single use. For year 1, we are averaging about a total of 753,000. For year 2, it's going to be about 828,000, and for year 3, it's going to be about 904,000 for our revenue. Hi, next we have our operating expenses and depreciation. This is things that covers things such as chemicals that are needed, our labor, our utilities, our administrative cost, and lastly, but most importantly, the equipment maintenance. The depreciation is going to be more of the non-cash expenses, meaning that it's what lowers the taxable income so that there are improvements made to the after-tax cash flow. For our operating expenses, it's going to be at 45% of revenue. Year 1 at $338,850. Year 2, $372,725. Year 3, $407,052. And for the depreciation, again, it's going to be at $140,000 per year, with the working capital increasing $5,000 per year. Now for our cash flow summary table, we have year 0, which is going to represent the total startup investment that we have, which includes our working capital as well. And then we're going to move on to the following 3 years, which is going to have an increase in volume of the membership. This then causes there to be more of a consistent rise in our cash flow. There is now a good strong operational stability and some good marginal improvements, and that's going to be made over time due to the trend just increasing. For year 1, we have a net cash flow of, we start off with a net cash flow of in the negative, $1,420,000. Then we slowly start to rise back up. Year 1, it's going to be $351,578. Year 2, $384,296. And year 3 at $417,431. Next, we're moving on to our discount rate justification. This rate that we have chosen is going to be 8%, and that's just because it's what most aligns with the risk levels and financial costs for our business. So again, our starting rate is going to be at 8%, and this is based off of the low labor costs that are reducing our operational risks, our long-term equipment risk profiles, the industry range, which is from 7 to 10%, and lastly, our recurring memberships that are continue to be stable. Because of all of this, it's considered a moderate risk profile, which is reflected in the following. Now moving on to the NPV calculation. Since we're going to be using the standard discount rate of about 8%, we're going to be in the negative for about 3 years, and that's just because of the type of investment that's going to pay off in about 10 to 15 years. However, this is not something that's going to reflect how our long-term profitabilities end up turning out. And in the real world of financing, we would have a very strong NPV over a 10-year period. To start, our presented value of cash inflows is at 8%. In year 1 PV, it's going to be $325,537. For year 2, $329,365. Year 3, $331,765, with the total being around $986,667. Our NPV calculations would be averaging around $433,333. So now for the IRR and payback period. Since the life of our project's around 10 years, which happens to be pretty long, the IRR appears to be in the negative for a very short term, as we mentioned before. But the payback period happens to be a little less than 4 years or so, and that tends to be pretty normal or accurate for things such as car wash tunnels. Therefore, the investment of the company will normally recover around years 4 through 6. Again, our cumulative is going to be around 6%, with a remaining amount of $266,695. And again, our estimated payback period is going to be around 3.5 years.
Hello everyone, my name is Solomon Juvedes, and I will now be continuing the project with the funding strategy. Our project requires a total investment of about 1.42 million, and we are asking Dr. Cole to contribute 40% in equity, which is about $568,000. The remaining 60% would be coming from a loan. We chose this mix because it gives us the best balance between affordability and financial stability. Using more debt keeps our financing costs lower, but keeping a strong equity portion helps us maintain liquidity in the early stages while cash flow is still building. Since our business model relies on predictable recurring revenue, especially from memberships and steady daily car usage, we will be comfortably able to handle the loan payments without putting the company under financial pressure. Dr. Cole's equity investment gives him a proportional ownership stake and a chance to benefit directly from the growth in the membership revenue and wash volume. The equity will be used for equipment, site preparation, and startup operating needs, while the loan will cover construction and capacity building costs. Overall, the structure lowers our cost of capital, keeps the business financially healthy, and supports long-term stability and growth. We will now be speaking about the risk analysis. We identified and planned for numerous main hazards associated in this project. This first demand risk, which could cut early revenue and extend the payback period if a car volume is lower than planned, or if membership growth slows. This will be addressed by focused marketing campaigns, community partnerships, and strong incentives to encourage repeat membership participation. Another significant risk is equipment failure or operational downtime. And the way that we can solve this is that we intend to invest in high quality machinery, executing preventative maintenance schedules, and maintaining robust technical support contracts to ensure constant performance and reduce service disruptions. We also looked at several financial competitive risks. One is cost and financial pressure, like unexpected expenses or the strain of loan payments. We plan to manage this by securing long-term supplier agreements, using careful cash flow planning, and building a working capital reserve for safety. We also consider competitive risk since other car washes could compete for the same customers. Our strategy is to stand out through speed, quality, eco-friendly technology, and a value-packed membership program that builds loyalty. There are additional risks like regulatory requirements, interest rate changes, and economic downturns that could affect customer spending. We address these with water efficient systems, fixed rate financing, and the stabilizing benefit of reoccurring membership revenue. And overall, these strategies could create a strong plan to build on certainty and keep the project sustainably long term. And that results our project. Thank you for watching.